Awesome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call our regular session of the Sherwood City Council into order at 7:15 on December 5th, 2023. I'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Roll call, Sylvia.
Mayor Rosner?
Here?
Council President Mays?
Here.
Councilor Browse?
Here.
Councilor Young?
Here.
Councilor Scott?
Yes, here.
Councilor Giles?
Here.
Councilor Stankey?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the agenda say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, council. Motion passes. On the consent agenda, we have 3 items on the consent agenda tonight. We have approval of the November 8th, 2023 City Council minutes, approval of the November 21st, 2023 City Council minutes, and approval of the November 28th, 2023 City Council minutes. Do I have a motion?
I move consent.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda say aye. Aye. Opposed? Great. Thank you, council. We have an exciting, quick agenda tonight. Maybe we'll break the speed record again if the council president isn't as long-winded as last time. Can you help us out on that?
I haven't decided.
Yeah,
I've got a long list.
All right. We are into citizens' comments. Do we have anything, Sylvia? Thank you. All right. Jim Claus.
Robert James Claus, 22211.
Hey, Jim, go ahead and turn the mic on there so we can. Is it on? Let's just double check we can hear you, or at least everybody.
It might, when it's red, it's on. Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry.
They changed it on.
They changed it on us. Anyways, welcome, Jim.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'm sure most of you know that I have worked for the AFL-CIO and other groups, including the Small Business Administration, to prepare people for lawsuits. Now, with this new Nix decision on a cemetery, maybe exhausting administrative remedies and reaching finality does not. But we can't take that choice, that chance. I think Hamilton Bank, Williamson Regional Planning versus Hamilton National Bank. Now, I've been trying to solve a problem, and a number of things have come my way. Helps having money in the bank. He used to win a lot of money with the Crow racing, fun business. And I've got enough money to solve the problem and exhaust administrative remedies and reach finality if I have to. But my family's your largest donors by far. We've contributed more to this town than any other family. My sons are all employed. One of them, congratulations, is a Deputy Attorney General. Another one does defense work and got another FBI brainer, and another one a college professor. And both my daughters are on their careers. So I don't have any reason to pick a fight. But this thing on the highway is you are violating the state of Oregon's Constitution. And you can't do it. Now, John McCulloch, who is a very good friend of mine, God rest his soul, and represented me after heading the Justice Department against his own department, was the one that lost these cases, and we went to the National Academy of Science. Now, I keep trying to tell you there's a solution there, but you guys keep veering off. And you keep doing things that nobody is going to do because it has a catastrophic effect on the properties. We finally come up with a solution that you should walk out of there with a beautiful project. And all you need to do is let me sit down with your real estate broker, who I talked to, as you recommended. And he said, let me get, and I gave him the names who are on the other side working with me. And he said, I'm more than willing to work with them, but I'm not that kind of heavyweight in effect. That's not the word he used. But there's no reason you can't get a solution. But you can't get a solution if you don't sit down and talk about it. And that's getting to be impossible. Because you've lost your city manager now, or he quit, whatever the reason. An interesting conversation. But I'd like to try to solve this without litigating it. But if you feel you want litigated and you feel res judicata doesn't mean anything, I've got no choice. I'll exhaust the administrative remedies. I put the money aside for the suit, a lot of money, and we litigate it. But why? You're going to end up in the same point, only a lot poorer. So I don't know how I get to that point. And as you say, Mr. Rosner, this is not a Q&A session. So how are you going to get that team together with your realtor to solve the problem? You tell me. If not, I will proceed down the other path, which I don't really want to do. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them, but I know.
All right, thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Appreciate your
well,
time.
I hope you do, because you're not going to want some of these to happen in the next 30 days. That's a promise.
All right, anything else, Sylvia? Great. Anything online, Ty? Great, thank you. All right, so we're on to item 7, city manager report. Craig.
I don't have anything tonight. I'll come a little more prepared at the next meeting with something, but staff is doing great. I've been able to meet with most of the department heads. I think Sylvia is the only one that I have not met with since last Wednesday. So, yeah, she's the only one that I haven't met with. So, but each department's got some good things going on, right? So that's what I'd like to say about the department heads. And then I'm going to have Ty talk a little bit here in a second about an event going on. But that's all I got. Any questions on myself or the rest of the senior leadership team?
Kudos
Not a joke. Go ahead.
kudos to the entire team. The festival parade, the tree lighting. I mean, a lot of people in the community, volunteers, Robin Hood Festival Association to put that on, but a lot of city staff, time and energy, and it was great. Downtown looks great. All the lights, the trees. Kudos all the this time of year, the community members are all really thankful for our LEAF program. And despite, as these crazy TV weather people and news people like to now describe our winter rains as atmospheric rivers, I just laugh. But even amongst, heavy normal rain and make kind of a mess, the community is certainly grateful for that program to be able to help clean that out and keep them out of the gutters or out of the storm drains is the big bonus. But good job. Really appreciate it.
Does that count as part of your council comment time?
Maybe.
No, I did have a quick question. Anything you or the rest of the senior staff need from us? Putting you on the spot. You know how to get a hold of us if you do.
I know that Tina's scheduling meetings with each one of you. I don't know if she's got everybody. There is some things we're going to be talking about at those meetings that would help us make some decisions at the beginning of the year in a couple different directions that we go as a city. That's being brought up. So we'll be talking about those things if you want to see them back in front of you or how you want us to move forward.
Thank you. Just real quick before we move to the chief, I just want to say I've had the chance to work with you and Kristen and some of the staff over the last 2 weeks, and I really, really appreciate the care and thought and collaboration that staff has been, the care in terms of the employees, the city, and the community, and keeping things moving forward. The level of collaboration that I saw as we've been working through this transition is just amazing, and I just wanted to say that. I appreciate everyone's hard work on that. You guys, it's been amazing to watch, so thank you.
I won't speak on the event because I believe Councilor Young will talk about it. If not, I'll circle back around, getting the look, but just in case. But I did want to reiterate the event on Saturday. Staff was fantastic. It went really well, and it's either raining sideways or freezing. You know, it's a toss-up every year, and our officers did a great job. We had a lot of people down there. I mean, that place was packed. And I think we only had one missing child, which was reunited with family pretty quickly. So it was good. We didn't have anything that was of interest.
Yeah, boring in that way. That was
Yes.
great.
So, yes.
Took me a minute.
Are we tracking?
To realize what
Okay.
event, and hopefully I know which one you're talking about, and if not, we'll circle back.
Any other questions? Oh, great. Then we move on to council announcements, and I think Councilor Young would like to go first.
So are we talking about Saturday? Yeah. Okay. So Saturday, we have a crimey event happening here in town. It is collection of toys, and it's a contest between our Sherwood PD and our TVFNR, and it's going to happen at Langer's from 9 a.m. till about 11. Bring a toy, choose who you want to donate to both if you want, but there might be some like dealing going on between the two departments. I don't know, but we
That would
really
be crimey.
are collecting toys that, if you remember in the past, our officers used to go shopping with a cop at the holidays. So now we put toys at the department or in their cars. I'm not exactly sure. I'm new to the foundation board, but then children or families can come shop at the PD or with our officers. Is that about right? Is that what kind of happens?
Yeah. Very close.
Do you want to give Ty back the mic? Because maybe something changed this year, but
So I'm talking to the audience out here and online. So we fill up the officers' patrol cars with toys and gift cards, and so they'll go around to Safeway, Kohl's, just a retail shop, or even a gas station. And if they see a family, they'll open the trunk of the car and they'll allow the kids to go and just pick toys right out of the back. Give them gift cards. I think we even have like Dutch Bros and things like that for some of the teenager-aged people. But it's a cool event. It was really successful last year. We just had the ability to touch a lot more families. Shopping with the cop is great, but it was just very confined in one day. So this allows us for the whole month pretty much to be out and about. So this event will help stock our cars.
To add to that event, we also will have the crimey swag. So the Don't Be Crimey swag, the sweatshirts and the t-shirts and all that kind of thing.
Stickers.
Stickers,
Gotta have
yeah.
stickers.
So that will be for sale, and then those funds go back into the Police Foundation
Very cool.
account.
I just had one more thing for my announcements. Last night we had the Region 1 Area Commission on Transportation meeting, and we had an update on the Interstate Bridge project. And then we also had an ODOT revenue forecast presentation by Daniel Porter. He's the ODOT finance and budget guy. He did a PowerPoint. If anybody's interested on that, I can send it to you. The meetings are also recorded, so he did a great presentation. There's going to be a lot of funding questions coming up here in the future that are going to have to be addressed by ODOT, shortages that are, going to take place over the next few years. So, there's already a shortage, but it's only going to get more glim. So that is it.
Awesome. Thank you.
The Planning Commission did not meet last week again, which has been really nice. Sherwood for Kids' Sake is a nonprofit organization here in Sherwood that was started in 2012, and they collect donations through gift tags at various places around Sherwood, Mud Puddles, YMCA, there's a bunch of other ones. And the gifts or monetary donations, which is used to buy gifts, directly impact the community here in Sherwood. That's what the organization is for. And so if you can support that, that'd be great. SherwoodForKidsSake.org, and it's the number 4. You should be able to find it online. And then I want to say thank you to Public Works. Last night there was some damage to this poster, I don't even, stanchion out here, right on the corner here by the library, and it looked like the glass shattered, and they were out in the dark picking up little pieces of glass, or I don't know how long it took them, but it seemed like they were making sure that it was all picked up, which is very thankful. My kids walked to the library just right past that, and so it was really nice to see the care and dedication to the city for picking all that up. And that's all I got.
There was no Parks Board meeting last night. I thought there was. Drove down here. Wasn't a meeting. I don't.
Was it on your calendar?
It was on my calendar. I missed the memo. Kristen sent me the memo that it was canceled. I just didn't see it. So, no, it was fine. But just listening to all this, we are so lucky to live in such an awesome community. And that it's lucky, but it's also all of us and the people out in the community and the staff and the officers and the fire and EMTs and everything that everybody does, just all those little things like picking up the glass and doing all these events that, not just the events like the festival and the parade, which are great, but the events like Renee was talking about or the chief was talking about earlier or Kim was talking about earlier. And like, we're just so fortunate. Like, a lot of other places don't have what we have. And I'm really thankful for that. And I know we're past Thanksgiving, but I'm reminded of it now. And as we're going to the holidays, it's really cool. It's really cool to live in such an awesome community with all these awesome people that make it all happen. And it doesn't happen without everyone doing all the little things that add up to big things. And so support all these awesome events, support these foundations, and just enjoy the holidays and all the things that you get to enjoy in Sherwood during this time of year. So that's what I got.
I'll just concur, say ditto to all of that, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Taylor. Can't forget you, Taylor. Do you have anything? Thank you.
No, I'm grateful for, we just met with all of the boards and commissions and the leadership, and I'm reminded of the tremendous amount of volunteer hours. I work most closely with the library, and they wouldn't function without all the library volunteers. So I'm grateful for all of that as well. I'm thankful for our former city manager who gave me the idea initially for the Library Foundation and said, hey, this might be a way we could address some of the financial shortfalls, and I'm grateful for several of our library advisory board members, Fritz and Deb, who've taken up that ball and run with it to form the Shelf Foundation. So you'll hear more details coming out on that. I guess I'll just do a plug for that as you're getting ready to plan contributions or things like that, there's great organizations that can help leave a lasting legacy for you and your loved ones. So it's a great place to live in. I'm sorry I missed the tree ceremony. That's one of my favorite things every year, but that's all for me.
So Taylor, I have a question. It has to be asked. Is there going to be, over the Christmas holidays here, an elf on the shelf?
We could probably figure something out like that. I'm a webmaster, so it kind of depends on how busy I am. Anyway.
Thank you, Taylor.
All right.
Council President Mays.
Thank you, Mayor. What a great community, and that was demonstrated yet again last Saturday at the festival parade. Just thousands of community members getting together and enjoying each other's company and watching young people perform and sing and light Christmas trees, helping the mayor light Christmas trees, which is awesome. And days like today, I remember I've been involved in our community in different capacities for most of the last 25 years. And if I were to add it up, it would probably be in the thousands, the number of times the people have either threatened to sue me or the city. It is just, the list is remarkable, the number of times. And on land use stuff, you know, the number of times we've been sued in those 25 years, not once. So it's always interesting. Yeah, always interesting. Interesting times. And then I'll leave it at that for tonight on that kind of topic. But had the fortunate to be able to attend cultural arts meeting, and that went great. Good group of folks. Excited about doing a lot of different things. We heard a bit about it in the work session earlier today, and had a chance to join the mayor with a retreat for Washington County Coordinating Committee, which you'll probably touch upon. He was there live. I was there remotely. Didn't get the same experience, but was able to contribute nonetheless, which I appreciate. And that's about it.
Thank you, Keith. One of the hazards of always going last when you're running a meeting is everyone covers a lot of great material that I just absolutely 100% agree with. And all the comments about our community and the staff and all the work they put into and the work our staff puts into making our events great is spot on. And I had a great time at the tree lighting ceremony. Sylvia, thank you for putting together the parade and coordinating with Public Works and getting that float ready, and those hundreds and hundreds of little bags of candy. I can't imagine how much time that took. You and Katie, yeah. But that's just one small piece of it. Is one small important piece of it that is several of us have pointed out tonight. So it was a great event. Big thank you to Dan's kids for getting up there, last minute request, and leading the community and lighting the tree. They did a great job. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, overall great. On to some just boring and mundane sauce. So, as the council president pointed out, Keith, we were at the WCCC meeting, and in that retreat is when the WCCC, which is basically the mayors in Washington County, discuss and prioritize transportation projects in our county. So it's a very important meeting. Excuse me. And so we started having that conversations, and we'll probably be making a decision as a committee in January on what that's going to look like, and then that goes to the board. But there's a lot of pressure on budgets at the county level, so we're being very careful about that and making sure that our projects are rising to the top. Typically, they divide the money by districts, and the 5 mayors we call them the 5 families, or the family. We've been working together to make sure that we're coordinated in our asks, because 5 votes is better than 1. So we're still working hard on trying to bring some funds to improve Edie Road, get sidewalks on both sides, and make it what do they call them, Eric, I'm sorry, a complete street, or, yep, a complete street. So we're working hard on that as well. I also
It's a county road.
It's a county road, so we need the county's help to do it. And the voters passed the mistip taxes way back in the 90s to fund these types of projects. So this is the process. I also met the first meeting of I'm going to get this wrong, the Solid Waste Policy Advisory Task Force that Metro put together. Metro is making a real effort to be more transparent and collaborative in their internal processes. So this task force will be advising the Metro Council on rate setting policy and how they need to look at that, because when they set rates that impact our haulers, guess what? They impact us. And a lot of the rate increases that you've been seeing coming from Sherwood for solid waste and curbside pickup is directly because of increases that Metro is making. So it's important that we have a voice on that. And then had a meeting of the Metropolitan Advisory Council, which advises the Metro Council on the urban growth report, which will be instrumental in whether we're successful, assuming that council wants to move forward with an ask, in getting our urban growth boundary expanded. That's really important that we have a voice in that, that we make sure that when they're estimating need, they're estimating it in a way that actually makes sense in terms of the growth of the region and making sure that we stay competitive with other parts of the U.S. Like Ohio and Arizona, North Carolina, excuse me, and New York when it comes to bringing companies and jobs to our region. That's really important. So there is a lot going on at the metro level. We're gearing up for a short session in Salem. There's going to be a lot going on there in terms of housing initiatives that will have impacts on the city. Just a ton of stuff going on right now that we're actively out there working, and I appreciate my partners on council that helps out with that. So that is all I have for tonight. Anything else for the good of the order? All right, well, I will adjourn the meeting and we'll go into executive session.